Content warnings. This episode contains topics that might be triggering to some listeners. This episode includes discussion of parental death, murder, and suicide, mentions of gun violence, funerals and grieving, family disputes including implied homophobia and sexism, discussion of spirituality, and discussion of mental illness. Please listen with caution.
Feely, your phone's ringing.
Whatever.
Answer your phone.
Ophelia.
Oh, for God's sake.
Fine. I'm answering it. Get a grip. Hello?
Good morning, Ophelia. Long night?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, is that your dad?
I can only assume, since you didn't come home last night.
No, doesn't look like I did.
Let me talk to him. I've got this.
Is that your only explanation? Agreeing with the obvious? This is completely unacceptable behavior for a young woman. I won't have you wandering the town at all hours of the day or night. The business cannot afford another scandal so soon after a suicide.
That's pretty callous, treating a death as a scandal. And if you'd give me half a second, I'd be able to tell you that I was... Hey!
Polonius, this is Hamlet. I'm so sorry to interrupt your conversation with your daughter, but I wanted to let you know she was with me last night. I wasn't well after the funeral, and she did me a great favor by staying with me. I couldn't be left by myself, and she was selfless enough to risk her own reputation for the sake of my well-being. You raised a wonderful young woman, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, Hamlet. I trust you're feeling better.
Much, thank you. I'll let you have your daughter back shortly.
Much appreciated. Do take care. And let me know if you or your mother need anything. I'm very familiar with the financial accounts and would be happy to...
You know I hate it when you do that.
I made the problem go away, didn't I?
I don't think that's the point.
Well, what is the point then? Do you want to have the same fight with your father as always, or do you want to skip a morning?
It's whatever. It's fine.
It doesn't sound like it's fine.
Stop it. We're friends here. If we start fighting each other, we're sunk before we even set sail. Am I the only one who remembers last night? The absolute batshittery that went down in the garage and what we agreed to do about it?
Trust me, I remember.
Couldn't forget it if I tried. And if all the empty bottles on the floor are any indication, I tried really, really hard.
You did? We all did. And I think this bickering is just the hangover talking. So both of you man up and apologize.
I didn't...
Apologize.
I'm sorry I snapped at you, Ham. I know you were just trying to help, and I appreciate your concern.
I'm sorry I took your phone and played to your father's misogyny to placate him. I know it only encourages him to act that way in the long run.
Okay, so if you clearly get that, why do you keep...
Feely?
Right. Apology accepted. Thank you for acknowledging what you did was wrong, and please don't do it again.
You have my word.
Great. That's out of the way. Now we can talk about what the hell we do next.
How do you mean?
I mean, what do we do about everything we learned last night? We got several puzzle pieces handed to us, and unless you've changed your mind about investigating Hamlet, we need to work on putting those pieces together. We have to figure out if they're edge pieces or something in the middle, or if they mean anything at all. We need to separate the wheat from the chaff and decide what matters and how it relates to what else we know.
You're going to have to be a lot more straightforward, Horatio. I spent my last brain cells lying to Polonius, and I'm way too hungover to figure out what fresh hell you're getting at.
Okay, let's break it down. Puzzle piece number 1. Your father was murdered. Puzzle piece number 2. You have an estranged uncle. Puzzle piece number 3. Ghosts are real.
I potentially have an estranged uncle. I need to finish following up on that.
Ask my dad. Seemed like he'd talk your ear off about Claudius. Anything to stay in your good graces. Even then, I don't see how any of this goes together.
I'm not so sure about that. My father, his ghost, said to me last night that he felt like he was being coerced or controlled right before he died. That could bring pieces 1 and 3 together.
How do you figure?
Well, the appearance of a ghost suggests the existence of supernatural forces. If we apply that along the logical course, we can extrapolate that maybe my father was being controlled. Literally.
Like, mind control?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. My father would never shoot himself. Not of his own will.
This is just too weird.
This is never the sort of problem I thought I'd have to deal with. Maybe as a kid watching Scooby-Doo it would have occurred to me, but...
Trust me, I know how you feel. I've spent my entire life devoted to logic and business. It's not easy to switch gears and start believing in mysticism. Think about it more, and we can catch up later.
Where are you going?
Home. I need to check on my mom and look into this whole long-lost uncle thing. If there's one thing that screams scam, it's a family member showing up just in time to inherit a fortune.
Anytime you want me to kick that guy out of your house, just let me know.
I'll let you know by the end of the day. And thank you for letting us stay the night. I hope we didn't disturb your grandmother downstairs.
Don't worry, that woman sleeps like a rock. She'll only ask me why I missed Jeopardy last night.
We'll all come over and watch with her day after tomorrow to make up for it. Would she like that?
She would love it.
I should go too. Get this cluster of a conversation with my father over with.
You never know. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah, right. Talking with Polonius is like trying to have a conversation with a brick wall. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get it.
You get it.
Well, then good luck to both of you.
Damn you, Keys. Do your bloody job and open the goddamn door. Otherwise, what good are you? For Christ's sake.
Ophelia! For once, I'm pleased to say, you have excellent timing.
Clearly, I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Come with me to the study. Father has been waiting to talk to you.
So I've heard. I don't suppose you could be convinced to tell me how much trouble I'm about to be in. Or already am in.
Patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue. Come on, Larry. Just give me a hint. A little something to go on. I know it might physically pain you to treat me like a human being these days, but...
Hello, Father.
Laertes. Excellent. You found your sister.
I was already here. One might even go so far as to say I found myself.
In that case, thank you for coming, Ophelia. Have a seat.
Why are you being nice to me?
Does a father need a reason to have a pleasant conversation with his daughter?
In this house? Yes.
You might as well be direct, Father, if she's in the mood to be difficult.
Joke's on you. I'm difficult in any mood.
Direct. Yes, that's always worked better with you. I'll be up front. After the death of Mr. Prince, Denmark Inc. is in shambles. As CFO, I'm in excellent position to assume greater control of the company until, or even if, new leadership can be arranged.
What makes you think Hamlet won't pick up where his father left off?
He may well intend to. That's where you come in. I have ambitions, Ophelia, that would be much more attainable with a bit more information on my side. You're in the perfect position to provide that information. It's not like you would be breaking trust. Our family has worked with the princes for decades now. This is nothing more than communications. Yes, it's communications, meant to benefit both our families, which ideally may someday become one, yes?
You're asking me to spy on Hamlet? Do the words corporate espionage mean nothing to you?
It's a very ugly phrase, to be sure, and it certainly doesn't apply here. Like I said, nothing is leaving the business, just crossing departments.
It's very common in the business world, Ophelia. All we're asking is for you to tell us if Hamlet happens to mention his plans for the company. If he plans to sell his father's shares, or assume the position himself. Nothing we wouldn't be told in good time. We'd just like to know ahead of time where we stand.
Do I have any real choice here?
That's my girl.
Mom, it's Hamlet. I'm sorry I wasn't here last night. There was an emergency at the offices. No rest for the wicked, even after a tragedy. Mom, are you there? Okay, I'm coming in. Mom?
Hamlet, what time is it?
It's Saturday morning. You slept through the wake.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hamlet.
It's okay, Mom. You needed the rest. Listen, I need to ask you something, and it's going to come way out of left field, but it's really important that I get an answer. Did Dad ever mention or talk about, even in passing, having a brother? A brother that left the family and wasn't talked about?
A brother? Hamlet, where is all this coming from?
There's a man that came to the wake last night who says he's Dad's younger brother. His name's Claudius Prince. Obviously, I thought it was a scam, but he convinced me to listen to him, and it was, well, he was convincing to say the least, and Polonius acted like he knew him.
I never heard of any brother. But your father was a very private man. You know this. He hardly ever talked about his childhood. I always got the impression it was unhappy. But your grandparents were wonderful people. I always found it hard to imagine them doing a poor job of parenting. Your father was just very goal-oriented. He preferred to look forward, never back. That's part of what makes his passing so difficult. So yes, I suppose it's possible that he had a brother.
What do I just met this man and I don't know him. But if he's really family, how am I supposed to treat him?
Like family, I suppose. I don't know, Hamlet. I'm sorry, I don't have the answers you're looking for. Sometimes I feel like I don't have any answers anymore. Maybe I never did.
It's okay, Mom. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry I bothered you at all, but I didn't have anyone else to ask. I'll let you rest now. I'll bring some food by in a little while for you.
Thank you, Hamlet. This man, claiming to be your father's brother, did he say why he came back now, of all times?
Yes, he said he was tired of being shunned and shunning in return. He said he regrets only returning once it was too late to see my father again. He seemed sincere.
A brother-in-law? An uncle? Maybe we're still a family after all.
Mom, even if it's just you and me, we're still a family. We can be enough for each other. I know you're used to Dad being around and taking care of us, but I can do that too. I'm going to make sure that everything is okay. If there's more to the family, great. But we don't need them. We have each other. Always. Mom, are you listening?
I'm listening. I love you, Hamlet.
I love you too.